morning, Malta and Gozo, and welcome to another edition of Lovin Daily. I'm your host, Jonathan, joined by my co-host, Paula, and here are your headlines for today. Melvin Thelma reportedly tests positive for COVID-19 after falling ill in court. Labour MEPs isolated in damning Daphne Caruana Galizia debate. Major Ta'ali project given green light. Popular St. Julian's Corner Bar closes down after 112 years, and a fresh campaign against revenge porn is launched with a powerful video. Paul, you want to jump into the first story?
Mela l-biraħ donnu li mhux l-unika headline kienet dak li qal Melvin Thelma fil-qorti, ma l-headline kienet dak li kompla wara jidher li f'nofs tax-xhieda tiegħu Melvin Thelma qal li kellu xi uġigħ f'sidru illi wassal biex ġie rikoverat l-isptar u l-istorja komplet tiġi iktar ċiżi ħanajdula hekk, meta ħarġu l-għajdut u r-rapporti illi fit-test li jsir għal kull min jidħol mater day għal COVID, Melvin Thelma allegatament ħareġ pożittiv. Qed ngħid hekk għaliex wieħed ma jistax jiċċekkja bniedem mhuwiex pożittiv jew minħabba l-privatezza tal-pazjent, però issa naraw jekk daw kollha li kienu fl-awla l-bieraħ jinqabdux b'ġimagħtej kwarantina.
That's exactly it. So yesterday in court, the court had to stop twice after Melvin Thelma twice said he was feeling ill before the magistrate decided to just, end proceedings. But yes, our understanding is that everyone that was in the court, that's lawyers, witnesses, everyone that was in the room have been asked to quarantine and will have to undergo testing to see if they've caught Melvin Thelma's COVID-19. Obviously, right now, a major case is going on in court. Keith Schembri is in court right now. We've got a live blog covering every detail on lovinmoto.com. It's happening right now, so go check that out on our website. Moving on to the next story, a bit of a hot potato happened in the European Parliament yesterday. A debate on the assassination of Daphne Caruana Galizia, as well as the rule of law in Malta, went down in the European Parliament. However, it seems that Malta's Labour MEPs were a bit isolated in their opinions. So, everyone was obviously strongly condemning the assassination. However, Malta's MEPs, Cyrus Enger, Josiane Cotayar, Alfred Sant, and Alex Agius-Saliba, they tried to make the point that even having a debate like this was pointless, it wasn't really helpful, and would actually lead to divisions in Malta. Just the fact that, MEPs from all around Europe were condemning Malta for the way the assassination went down, wasn't healthy for the country, Labour MEP said. The foreign MEPs, said that the murder was a, quote, political plot. And in fact, after Cyrus Enger made his point, it actually got a little bit tense, with an MEP coming on right after him and saying, quote, well, look, the Maltese language is currently being used for a particular kind of lie. Daphne was humiliated when she was alive, before she was assassinated, and now in her death, she's shown no decency in Maltese or in English. So very tough words between Maltese MEPs and foreign MEPs in Parliament yesterday. What do you make of this, Paula?
Il-qawr Malti jgħidlek ħadd ma jaħsillek wiċċu biex tkun aħjar minn tiegħu. Il-bieraħ l-MEPs tal-Partit Nazzjonalista mhux ħasslu wiċċ pajjiżi oħra għamilnilhom facial u full professional makeup biex jidhru aħjar minnha. Ġifieri jiena dik li ma nistax nifhem u li ma nista' naċċetta qatt f'pajjiżna. Naċċetta l-protesti fit-toroq, naċċetta min joħroġ jikkritika l-pajjiżna, naċċetta l-ġildiet fil-Parlament. Mhux problema dak li għandna bżonn biex ikollna demokrazija b'saħħitha, imma li tmur barra minn Malta darbtejn tlieta tħu pjaċir tirredikola u tajt kontra pajjiżek hija l-iktar tattika self-destructive illi qatt wieħed jista' jasal għaliha. Jiena nitkellem ma' ħafna nies laburisti, nies nazzjonalisti, nies floaters, u jgħidulek ma nistgħux ħafna nies jgħidu hemm min jaqbel ma' din it-tattika ovvjament, imma min jgħidli ma nistax nifhem kif qegħdin nippretendu li llum morna fil-Parlament Ewropew u pinġejna Malta isna il-Venezuela. U għada s-sena d-dieħla jekk Bernard Grech isir Prim Ministru jkun hemm Gvern Nazzjonalista, suppost l-istess investiment, l-istess li gerrixna, reputazzjoni, ngħidu l-isma' le, sorry li għadna s-sena l-oħra ħasruh għax issa paġna ġdida u Malta kollox kif suppost. Ġifieri għalhekk self-destructive. Ma tagħmel l-ebda ġid il-pajjiż il-biċċa tax-xogħol. Alla ħares l-MEPs tal-Partit Laburista waqgħu għall-istess logħba partiġjana tal-PN u qalu isma' taf x'tagħmel il-gvern il-partit fl-oppożizzjoni meta kien fil-gvern u jridu jsemmu l-lissi ta' korruzzjoni għax hemmhekk kont ħajnek inżarma mmuru nemigra x'pajjiżna nistgħu nżarma u ħadd ma jħares lejna b'nitfa' rispett. Ġifieri, come on guys.
I mean,
this is completely self-destructive. Iġġielek f'pajjiżek għamel li qed tista' tagħmel imma barra minn Malta li tmur tħalli pajjiżi oħra li huma korrotti daqshekk jekk mhux iktar minnek jiddiskutu każ li qas il-qorti tagħna għadha ma ddeċidiet il-verdet tagħha fuqha u nħallu l-MPs pajjiżi oħra jgħadduna ġuri bda bil-headlines li jaqraw hija disgustanti. Disgustanti. U tweġġani daqskemm iweġġani min jagħmel korruzzjoni f'dal pajjiż biex inkunu għedna kollox.
Okay, I mean, look, let's be very, very clear. You know, Malta is not in isolation. We may be an island, but we are part of the wider European family. We are a member of this bloc. So I think, you know, foreign MEPs do have a right to comment on what's happening in Malta, as we have a right to comment what's happening in their country as well.
Ġifieri jekk l-Ewropa, l-European Parliament, taqbad ċarta tara fix-xahar ta' Marzu jien ħan iddiskuti il-problemi ta' korruzzjoni tal-Ewropa kollha u kull pajjiż ikollu ġurnata. Ngħid eħe Malta jmissa, imma dejjem aħna in the limelight nipprovaw npoġġu nafusna in the limelight. U pajjiżi oħra ma nollux subajna biex ngħidulhom inti qed titkellem. Mela nissawtu biss inħobbu f'dal pajjiż.
Let's be very clear. This was not the first time this debate was proposed. The first time it was actually blocked by the Socialists and Democrats group, which is the group that Labour MEPs form a part of. However, the European People's Party, the EPP, backed by the Greens, pushed forward this debate and it went down. And it might not be the last one, so, you know, yeah, we'll have to keep seeing what happens in Europe. Moving on to the third story, right?
Kullu f'pajjiżna jidher illi f'taqali ser naraw iktar suppost ambjent miftuħ u fejn wieħed jista' jirrekrea ruħu hekk kif il-bieraħ ġie approvat permess biex is-sit ta' Taqali il-park jirdoppja fil-fattu mistenni li ħajikber b'200,000 metru kwadru fejn anka ser titneħħa fabbrika antika biex tagħmel lok għal iktar spazju miftuħ. Id-diżini jidhru sbieħ qegħdin anka fuq l-artiklu ta' Lovin Malta u qed se jistenna u jara dal-proġett jimmaterjalizza ruħu.
Exactly. So we've been hearing about this project from 2019, but now permission was granted. As you said, you know, it's going to double in size. Taqali will now be up to 450,000 square meters, which is about a third of London's Hyde Park. If you look at the images, as you said, that are on Lovin Malta, there's quite a bit of a facelift going on. You know, there are wide boulevards, there's this raised cycling lane, there are these semi-open structures that I'm not really sure what they are, but one of the main things that people noticed was what looked like an open-air concert venue. It seems that in the middle of Taqali there will now be this open-air concert venue, which a lot of people had questions over, you know, like, we're in the middle of a pandemic, do we even need a concert venue? You know, people are always complaining about music coming from clubs in Taqali, so are we going to add a new club there or concert venue there? And lots of people had questions about the boulevards, you know, it seemed like they were cemented over. So people were hoping that, you know, with this facelift, Taqali is now not going to just get a new splash of cement. So let's hope that, you know, the green space, the national park, remains a national park. Moving on to the next story, a really sad story actually. A popular, if not iconic bar in a corner of a Portugal beach will be closing down after a century in operation. Andrew's Bar, probably many of you have been there or walked by it. It's right there in the corner of St. George's Bay in St. Julian's in Portugal. Is closing down for two reasons. One, lack of business because of the pandemic, and two, being in the middle of all this construction frenzy. It's really quite a sad story. The place is run by a family, the Kirkop family. They've run it for 5 generations. And one of the co-owners, Andy Kirkop, took to social media to announce that they are closing down. He said, quote, "Unfortunately, all good things must come to an end, and this marks an end of an era." After we posted the article, comments were filled with people saying, that was my local watering hole. That was the place that I'd go to and I'd never be judged. And it seems like people of all backgrounds and walks of life would attend there. So it is sad to see. This is not the only restaurant or bar that's had to close down during this pandemic. And to know that one that's been open for over centuries had to close down is a bit of a sad moment.
Support local business. Nistaw najdu ek biss nistaw nejnuhom il-dawn il-businesses, ġifiri s-sanka ġej l-Easter. Jekk nistaw nordnaw li kell nordnaw il-prodotti, nordnaw il-xor, whatever mill-business lokali hija l-daqqatit li nistaw nagħtu daw il-businesses li minħabba affarijiet li huma ċirkostanzi li huma lilħin mill-kontroll ta' kulħadd qegħdin jaffaċċjaw dawn il-problemi. Imma forsi m'għandhomx ma narawhom jerġgħu jinfetħu. L-aħħar storja tal-lum jidher illi qed jirnexxielna npoġġu fuq l-aġenda nazzjonali l-edukazzjoni favur affarijiet li qabel forsi ma konniex nagħtu każhom. Qed nitkellem dwar revenge porn, qegħdin naraw video jiġi ċirkolat li produced minn Victim Support Malta timbuttaw huma tara video ta' mara donna tolli l-flok xinħa tibda tolli kompletament jiġik il-warning u jfakrek il jisma kull darba li inti tmexxi filmat ta' dan it-tip qiegħed tikkommetti reat. Għaliex ħafna nies issa kienu qed jilagħbuha tal-injoranti u jgħidu qasbis kont nafara li meta mill share il-kontekst kollha tiegħi ta' dak il-filmat kont qed nagħmel xi ħaġa ħażina, ma benefit of the doubt m'għadix hemmhekk issa qegħdin nagħmluha ċara fuq livell nazzjonali illi le hija xi ħaġa illegali.
No, that's exactly it. I really found the video to be fresh. I'm very happy that it was released in Malta, produced by Victim Support Malta in collaboration with TBWA. I liked it. I thought it was quite modern. And let's be very, very clear. For years, people have been saying, I wasn't aware of the law. I didn't realize by sharing this video. It was just shared to me. I was in a WhatsApp chat, it was shared to me, I just shared it on. Now, you can no longer say that. It's being very, very clear that sharing revenge porn is illegal. Let me remind you that anyone who is found to share a video can be fined up to 20,000 euros and face up to 2 years in prison. And just to note, between 2017 and 2020, there were 20 police reports of revenge porn in Malta. So it is definitely present on the island. If you haven't seen the video, we've got it on our Facebook page as well. So definitely check it out. And
share it.
Share the video. Let's raise awareness on this very, very important topic. I think that brings us to the end of today's episode. Both from myself and Paula, have a day full of loving.
Ciao.